Thank you so much. This meeting will now come to order. Today's meeting is being conducted by video teleconference, and we welcome those of you joining us via the media portal. I will now read the EPSB mission statement. The Educational Professional Standards Board, in full collaboration and cooperation with its education partners, promotes high levels of student achievement by establishing and enforcing rigorous professional standards for preparation, certification, and responsible and ethical behavior of all professional educators in Kentucky. Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Amanda Ellis. Michael Yoder.
Present.
Scotty Collier. Elizabeth Dinkins.
Present.
Elijah Edwards.
Elijah Edwards, present.
Kathy Gunn. Priscilla Keller.
Priscilla Keller, present.
Jacqueline Mayfield.
Jacqueline Mayfield, present.
Lori McKinn.
Lori McKinn, present.
Justin Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, present.
Corinne Murphy. Nicholas Pace.
Nick Pace, present.
Meredith Pittman.
Meredith Pittman, present.
Lisa Rosinski.
Lisa Rosinski, present.
Vice Chair Fryer.
CJ Fryer, present.
Chair Snell.
Member Snell, present. Thank you,
We
Ms.
have quorum.
Trueblood. This afternoon, we have one consent item, the October 21st EPSB meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the October 21st meeting minutes?
Elijah Edwards, motion to approve the minute.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Do I have a second?
Jacqueline
Lori
Mayfield,
McKinn.
second.
Thank you, Ms. Mayfield. The motion before the board is to approve the October 21st EPSB meeting minutes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Mike Yoder.
Mike Yoder, yes.
Elizabeth Dinkins.
Elizabeth Dinkins, yes.
Eli Edwards.
Eli Edwards, yes.
Priscilla Keller.
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield.
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Lori McKinn.
Lori McKinn, yes.
Justin Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Corinne Murphy.
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Nick Pace.
Nick Pace, yes.
Meredith Pittman.
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski.
Lisa Rosinski, yes.
Vice Chair Fryer.
CJ Fryer, yes.
Chair Snell.
Member Snell, yes.
Voting is complete.
Thank you so much. Motion passes. We also have one action item presented by Todd Davis or Meredith Brewer.
I think this one's me. I apologize. Yes. So
That's fine. Whoever wants to present, present.
perfect. Thank you. We appreciate that, Chair Snell. So we are bringing back to you today an item that we initially discussed during the October meeting. So this is an opportunity for EPSB approval to participate in a research practice collaborative with the Kentucky Board of Education. As we discussed in October, this would be optional for the members. If EPSB approves to participate, any members who are interested in participating, likely through January and February, in some virtual meetings to discuss a series of research questions that we've identified around the educator workforce. This would be a chance for you to engage in those topics, review some existing research, and make some recommendations. The proposal includes review of proposed members by Chair Snell and by Chair Robinson. They would review the proposed membership and determine what the final composition of those small groups would be. And then we would move forward with having those small group meetings through the early winter, and then go through a process of consolidating those conversations and having a formal report that would be given to EPSB and KBE for consideration. We did provide some additional clarification via email based on some of the questions that emerged from our initial conversation. Hopefully that was helpful, but happy to entertain any additional questions that remain about this opportunity. Okay. Thank you all so much.
Okay. Hearing no questions, do I have a motion?
I have discussion. Sorry, I didn't realize that we were not going to discuss. I just want to, last time I asked some questions, certainly appreciate our associate commissioner's response to those questions. I'm not going to make this long. I just wanted to let you all know I don't find any need for a special structure in the state to do this work. I do think it can be done outside of a specific structure. But beyond that, I would offer that the ideas are great to think through. I think it would behoove the board to consider asking for a time bound or a project bind on this particular, so that it is not a structure that is ad nauseum and continues on forever. Just something to consider. That's all I have.
Let's see, Dr. Dinkins' hand raised.
Yeah, I have, I want to echo what Dr. Murphy said. Thank you for sending this proposal via email and the steps and seeing the questions. That was really helpful to me. I have a clarifying question, Dr. Brewer, that I would like to know more about, which is you talk about pulling from other resources. Like I know in the last discussion, we talked about how there are other things happening across the state with different groups. And so I'm just always curious about like, when will those resources be pulled together? And because I know of other kind of research around this idea or similar ideas, and I'm wondering where that comes in the phases that have been outlined, because I think I just don't want to reinvent the wheel or even redo part of the wheel if we already have some of it. And so I would like to know where that's going to come into play.
Absolutely. So part of the reason we're having action proposed on the creation of the collaborative is to allow time for the Division of Educator Recruitment and Development to pull together all of those resources. They obviously have kind of a ongoing repository of information in that space already. They do support the Impact Kentucky Working Condition Survey, so they're the ones that have those existing data sets. We are members of the Continuum, and there have been some related conversations that have been in that space. We're members of the KASA, initiative to advance the working conditions, or I can't recall the exact title of that group, but yes, very much a topic that is of interest to a variety of parties. So if there is action to approve the collaborative today, then we'll move forward with pulling together all of those resources. Additionally, we have tasked the team with pulling timely literature in that space too, because that is something that, we are more in that practice space. So we do want to work with our post-secondary partners to make sure that if there is any kind of leading research, we have that captured as well. Really, the intention was that we would bring together as facilitators of those work groups all of the materials that the group will review. They're not going to be doing any original research. As the members of the collaborative, we'll be bringing all of those resources compiled for them based on those 3 questions.
And then can I ask a follow-up question? Oh, sorry, I'll be quiet. Lisa's hand went up.
Listen, you can ask a follow-up question or Lisa can go, either one.
Ask your follow-up first. So in terms of it talks about presentations and implications for policy and practice. And I think I would like to know like how we see those implications moving forward, right? Because I know there's a lot of sort of different bodies working on this, and I'm assuming all of them have different kind of like legislative agendas or things they're going to bring forward. And I'm wondering, will there be a deliberate synergy in any kind of presentation around that? And if so, how will that be navigated across these disparate, even though they may be mission aligned, they're still disparate groups, right? And I think about the outcome and like, we're doing research, not just for research sake, but like for the policy.
Sure.
So like, I'd like to know more about maybe if you guys thought about that or what role this group would have in that.
So I believe the intention is to really get these different parties together to talk about these topics and to make sure everyone is aware of the existing work. That's part of the challenge, is that we do have, as you said, disparate groups with, I think, common goals, and certainly legitimate stakes in the conversation, right? So everyone benefits when our educator workforce is strongly supported and robust. So I believe, kind of a lot of this is still being formulated. And I think that some of what emerges from the group will be dependent upon the membership of the group. And so we have yet to get to the point where we have even proposed a set of members. So we just right now, the KBE has approved the creation of the collaborative, and that is what we're bringing to you all today. We've asked the KDE staff to make recommendations of those other stakeholder members. But once we have that compiled list of members and we hear from EPSB, any members who want to participate, as well as from KBE, then we'll have a better idea of sort of what background those members have, so that we can tailor some of the materials to that membership. I think that's an important consideration as well, so that we're not sort of rehashing existing things that people already know about. So once we have those materials, then the hope is that through those conversations, we'll have a facilitator for each of the groups that will have the responsibility of ensuring that the conversations are productive and that they're supporting any additional requests that come up from the group, that they want supplemental materials. But I think ultimately, we don't know what the product is going to be on the other side. That's part of the work that we're engaging in. But I think the intention at this point is that we imagine all of these people who care a lot about this topic will come together, hopefully be well informed through the evaluation of the existing data sets that we'll provide, the literature that we have, the other recommendations that have been made in this space, be able to consolidate and sort of synthesize what's there, make those recommendations, and then we will have representatives from those groups make the presentation to the state board, to EPSB, and any other groups that are determined would benefit from hearing from the group. And then it's really up to each party and each agency, each board, each whatever. I don't know who all will be the recipients of these recommendations. It could be the General Assembly, but really it'll be on them whether to take those recommendations and pursue any additional action. I think as far as I think we can think big about what might happen, but ultimately there is value in making sure that we have done an intentional sort of overview of all of the existing research and recommendations that are Kentucky specific in this space, so that we can move forward on common ground. So I think even if that is what emerges from this, that we've had a chance to sort of engage with these important topics and have become more well-informed through that process, then that's a win too. If there are very clear recommendations that emerge and the groups all feel that they really are beneficial, then I imagine there'd be some advocacy to support policy change in that space as well. Did that answer your question, Dr. Dinkins? I think that the short answer is we haven't predetermined what will happen. I think the point is that we just are seeing value in pulling together the groups to work together, right? Particularly KBE and EPSB, but we've also identified in the proposal other groups that would be represented as well.
No, that is helpful. Thank you. I mean, I think because advocacy is a real challenge, given the budget challenge and all the sort of legislative demands, I think I'm looking for something that's a little bit more cohesive and sort of like the outcome. Like, I feel like I want to see synergy leveraged, because perhaps that is the way to best move forward. I understand that you can't provide that now, but I think it'd be an interesting idea to start with that end in mind. So, yeah, thank you.
Captain Rosinski?
So that I'm glad that you asked that follow-up question, because that leads right into what my question is. And my question is really for our chair and or vice chair who have had these discussions with our KBE counterparts. When you all engaged in these discussions with them, what from the chair and vice chair of our board, what's your view of the purpose of this project from our end on the EPSB?
I think from knowing that teacher recruitment and retention is such a important conversation in our state currently. And we see that from the request of waivers. We see that in lots of different ways. What finding out and looking for what the research says as to why people are leaving. There's a lot of loud voices as to why people are leaving, but is the pay it, right? And maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is no. And I think there's been a lot of research on first year teachers leaving, right? And what happens there. And we've seen with, K-tip dissolving, how the stress and the burden is placed upon them to try and figure things out on their own. But then what's happening at that 3 to 5 year mark, like that 5 to 7 year mark, when you've jumped that hurdle a little bit and you're starting to hit your groove, but then you leave. Why? And so really trying to dig down into that to see, as we had talked at one of our meetings a while back, I think, or maybe it was in a discussion that CJ and I had, that both of us feel like we are phenomenal teachers, right? Like we are great teachers. And the only path forward for us really in the education profession in K-12 education is to go into admin or go into counseling. Other than that, you've got your years of service. And so is there a way to look at certifications or things along that line that may be of interest in retaining folks? Is that a reason why people leave? If it is, then looking into that. But if it's not, then not focusing on it. Does that make sense, Lisa?
It does. And then specific to the partnership with KBE.
Can I
lead? Yeah, go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, and I think everything the vice chair, I'm the vice chair. Everything that Chair Snell just shared there, we're just going to do some role reversal today, Amber. Everything that Chair Snell just shared, 100% echo as far as like that, things we care about. We care about the profession. We care about this retention and recruitment thing. Specific to the KBE partnership, right? I think, I know that Commissioner Fletcher shared this at our October meeting. Amber and I are straight-faced telling it to everyone. We have had very well-intentioned, earnest meetings with Dr. Robinson, Dr. Liu, Meredith, right? And I think specific Meredith has such a unique role, right, in her associate commissioner position and OELE, right, and serving both boards, right, very, very diligently and very powerfully, like in the stuff that she can provide both boards to advance the agendas of both boards. And we identified that there could be a potential value in, again, I know we talk about that Venn diagram picture a lot, but that Venn diagram, right, the part in the middle, right, not to blur the lines of what the two boards each do, but there is very important common ground on the two boards. And are there some things we can do hand in hand, that whole stronger together kind of notion, right? We tried that joint meeting and no one's fault. I didn't think any of us found that particularly, it was good just to like be together and have some chit chat, but as far as actually moving the needle on anything, it wasn't an effective venue. So the next time we had a chairs meeting with the four of us and the rest of the KD team there, I think the takeaway was, what could we do in a smaller group setting? And this was a proposal, right? This was kind of our potential answer. And maybe this doesn't work either, right? But it also has a short scope of only going to like January, February, right? And we don't mean everyone in this board, right? I mean, hello, as it now data 4 on top of everything else, right? I understand the time constraints and all that. So I hope at no point do we act like, oh, no big deal, add an extra meeting or two on your schedule, right? Everyone in this board has very valuable time, but everyone in this board is also an expert and has a unique perspective. And I think even in our own board, right? I know this membership is incredible, but we don't get to hear every voice at every meeting. So for me, some small group settings could give some people who are interested and willing to have an extra voice somewhere, be heard, offer that really good insight. So I think for me, I see this as a very genuine and thoughtful invitation to partner together on something, have some conversation in smaller groups, and see if either or both boards are served in a positive way by all the data that comes out of it and the conversations and insights. So I don't know if that's a super eloquent answer, but that's kind of the point of the potential partnership.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
CJ or Eli, sorry.
Are
Hey,
we?
he can be vice chair now. Just go that route.
Are we? Is it only questions right now, or also just general discussion?
I mean, I think technically, unless Cassie jumps in and cuts us off, we are asking questions in the form of discussion. Nobody's made a motion yet, which I think to Corinne's point was she didn't realize we were at the point to discuss, but nobody's made a motion yet. So unless Cassie jumps in and cuts us off, you could ask her, say whatever you want within reason.
Oh, I mean, I'll make a motion if we're ready for it. I had discussion. I did not have questions, so I didn't want to speak at the wrong time.
You're fine. Go right ahead, Eli.
Okay. Oh, I just exited the email. I make the motion to approve the creation of the special committees appointed by the KPE and EPSB chairs. Do I need to read that whole thing? Or is that sufficient?
So the entire motion language is preferred just to make clear of the chair's ability to approve the committee members.
And composed of KBE members, EPSB members, KDE staff, and external partners for the purpose of understanding and supporting Kentucky's educator workforce with a particular focus on factors influencing educator retention and the role of vibrant learning environments and promoting teacher satisfaction and career persistence.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacqueline Mayfield, second.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Ms. Mayfield. The motion before the board is to pursue the collaborative research effort as made the motion by Mr. Edwards in full entirety. Is there any discussion? I'm waiting to see if Cassie corrects me, but I'm going to go with that. Mr. Edwards.
Okay, I'm excited about this. I do think that it is nice. I think it has good intentions, and I really became passionate about this topic a couple years ago when I became my school's working conditions survey coordinator, because for the first time I got the detailed report and I looked through it because I, had helped coordinate it for my school, and to see what some of those responses were. And I've been thinking about it for 6 years since then, what can we do about this issue? And I think it's nice to be given a seat at the table to discuss it. I do think it's important for us to hear other perspectives as well. I know a lot of, solutions have been waivers granted or new routes to certification approved. And I think that it would be good to hear what other people's opinions are on those. And to me, it looks like a genuine collaboration that I'm excited for us to be a part of.
Any other discussion?
I'm just gonna, for the record, put this out there, Chair Snell, if you don't mind. I really, as always, and I promise this is not just CJ being kumbaya. This is really coming from a solid place. I so appreciate everyone's thoughtful conversation around this. I think the October meeting created some really good dialogue. I think, our internal, the email that went out that clarified some things. And I just, again, I know I was communicating that email, retrospect on Chair Snell and I's side would have been better as an information session or item first. So I just do want to apologize for that little misstep. But Eli, your remarks make me happy and excited. And I I think that was Eli already volunteering to be one of the members on one of the groups too. So, but anyway, I just want to thank everyone for the thoughtful conversation around this.
Mr. Yoder, Dr. Yoder, I can't remember. I'm sorry, Mr. Yoder, until you tell me Dr. Yoder.
Mike is great, but technically Dr. Yoder. So I reached out and asked Meredith about participation. And I think my concern is, do we have to have a minimum number of participants available? Because I know we've made the comment around the value of everyone's time. I don't see how I can volunteer my time for this, and then I would have a hard time voting to volunteer the rest of you and your time, right? And so do we have a minimum threshold for number of people we need to participate if we do approve this? Or is it just going to be Eli?
We have not identified sort of a minimum composition between, KBE and EPSB members and those sorts of things. We really wanted to leave it open to sort of see where interest fell. I think it's very valid to put on the table, maybe not formally and amending the motion, but that once we have the proposed membership and we hear back about people's interest and availability, if it looks like this season is just too busy for us to explore this, to maybe see about postponing to the spring start time, or we could see if there's a better time that would allow for this work to proceed. I think if it ends up that just Eli has time to participate, I think it is important that we pause, because we certainly understand, and Cassie and I have talked at length, you all already offer so much of your time in a service capacity to the Professional Standards Board, but you are full-time employed educators, and our state board members, many have employment, but are in just sort of a different season of life. And so we do want to be sure that there is reasonable representation across both boards as well as those other stakeholder groups. So I think once we have the composition of the groups and have a better understanding of sort of what that looks like, then we may need to revisit and sort of see what we can do to just make sure that everyone's time is best utilized, because we certainly don't want to not have this be as impactful as it potentially could be because of logistical constraints.
So we're not going to get ourselves in hot water, because there is the option to revisit, essentially.
I believe so. Cassie can correct me otherwise. I don't think that the motion or any of the proposal we had proposed timelines, but I think it would be okay if we met, if the chairs discussed and said, there's interest, there's support for this, but we really need to start in April and have a report in June or July. I don't see why that would be disallowed. Yeah.
No, the way that it is written, you do have a planned timeline. However, that is simply a plan. Things come up, and so if that happens, there is that room to make those changes.
And another thing, and this isn't something that we had really discussed, but I don't see why we couldn't do this. If any of the members are interested in one of the research questions but can't commit to the meetings, happy to add you to the email list to receive those compiled materials and any other sort of offline work that happens, so that you can kind of keep up with that on your own time. Because it, again, as we said in the exchange with Dr. Dinkins, there is a lot of really interesting information that already exists in this space, and we maybe haven't all connected all the dots, and so there's value in that. And so if people want to volunteer just to be kind of on the receiving end of some of that information, happy to provide that support as well.
I can't tell if my hand is up or not, but I have one other question, I guess, comment. Is it possible, since we are such a diverse board and spread out and we are taxed for time, that we, not to add another layer to this, but at least do some type of survey individually of our members to find out what maybe our top 3 collectively as a board are. And so that way we can start the collaborative work, should this motion go through, that we start the collaborative work with at least some type of focus to begin the work, because those research questions are great and they're extremely broad and they can take us down many different paths. And so collectively finding out as a board what we believe we want to focus on, and then what KBE wants to focus on, and then finding those places of common ground where we can, at least should the motion pass, begin that work. Is that possible?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we just have been very intentional about not making any definitive plans without approval from both boards. And so we've done some of the kind of preliminary work. Like I said, the Division of Educator Recruitment and Development is on call, ready to jump in. But that, I think, is a reasonable proposal to sort of say, help us narrow some of the focus. And also, to Dr. Dinkins' point, are you aware of some existing resources that we should consider including in the discussions as well? So yes, I think that makes sense. And really, I guess one of the takeaways I'd want you to have is that it's not a foregone conclusion how any of this will go, right? Because we want you to have ownership in the process. So I think there is the space for you to help shape kind of how this proceeds in the months ahead.
I've just spent a lot of time since that meeting thinking about a way forward, and I wasn't sure there was one after listening to all the comments there. And I think that whoever is going to be representing us in the board, it would be helpful if that's me, if that's Justin, if that's any one of us, if we know we're speaking collectively on behalf of all of us, just having something where we have already had input into that process for those who are going to be representing us to help streamline our focus, at least to begin with. It's just my 2 cents.
And another idea that just came to mind that I think might help a little bit with that, I think there was some comment in October that all the questions are interesting and that, you know, time is already limited and how can I pick from those potential topics to really focus on. Perhaps there would be a benefit in having sort of a summary after each of the meetings that went to all the members so that you could be aware of sort of the discussion and interesting questions and topics that have emerged from all 3 groups so that you're sort of aware of what's going on and you can weigh in as well, even if you're maybe a member of question 1, but you're aware of what questions 2 and 3 are exploring as well. So we can incorporate that into the process as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, so the motion before the board summarized was Eli's motion to proceed forward with the research collaborative as the motion that he made very longly. Yes. Hearing no more discussion, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Mike Yoder,
Mike Yoder, yes.
Elizabeth Dinkins,
Elizabeth Dinkins, yes.
Eli Edwards,
Eli Edwards, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield, Jackie, I think you're on mute. Jacqueline Mayfield, Lori McKinn,
Lori McCann, yes.
Justin Mitchell,
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, no.
Nick Pace,
Nick Pace, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rodzinski, yes.
Vice Chair Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, yes.
Voting is complete.
The motion passes. At this time, we are ready to go into closed session review pursuant to KRS 61810(1)C and J to conduct a character and fitness review and to review potential actions relating to complaints and reports. The board will also review pending litigation. I will need a motion to go into closed session.
I make a motion to go into closed session.
Mike Yoder, second.
I couldn't see who those folks were.
Priscilla Keller, I make a motion to go into
Thank you.
closed session.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Mike Yoder, second.
Thank you, Dr. Yoder. So the motion before the board is a motion to go into closed session. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Mike Yoder,
Mike Yoder, yes.
Elizabeth Dinkins,
Elizabeth Jenkins, yes.
Eli Edwards,
Eli Edwards, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Lori McKinn,
McCann, yes.
Justin Mitchell,
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, no. Just kidding. Yes. Sorry. Get a levity on Monday.
Nick Pace,
Nick Pace, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rudzinski, yes.
Vice Chair Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, yes. The motion passes. We are now in closed session. Thank you so much. At this time, I will need a motion to go into open session.
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Pace. Do I have a second?
I second. At least Priscilla Keller.
Thank you, Priscilla. The motion before the board is a motion to go back into open session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Mike Yoder,
Mike Yoder, yes.
Elizabeth Dinkins,
Elizabeth Jenkins, yes.
Eli Edwards,
Eli Edwards, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield, Jacqueline Mayfield, I think your sound may not be working, Jackie. We will come back to Jackie. Justin Mitchell,
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Nick Pace,
Nick Pace, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rudzinski, yes.
Vice Chair Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Chair Snell,
Amber Snell, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield, so we are back in open session. I think voting is complete with that.
At this time, we will vote on those items discussed during closed session. For character and fitness, case 1, defer. Case 2, approve. Substitute character and fitness, cases 1 through 3, approve. Case 4, deny. Case 5 and 6, approve. Case 7, deny. Cases 8 through 11, approve. Case 12, deny. 13, 14, and 15, approve. On the educator cases, case 1, further investigation. Case 2, dismissed with prejudice. 3 and 4, further investigation. 5, 6, and 7, approve the PRC agreed order. Case 8, further investigation. Number 9, dismiss without prejudice. 10, 11, and 12, further investigation. 13, approve the PRC agreed order. 14 and 15, further investigation. 16, dismiss with prejudice. 17 and 18, defer for training. 19 through 25, dismiss with prejudice. 26 through 29, initiate a hearing. On the agreed orders, we accept all agreed orders 1 through 14. On the recommended orders, case 1, we are deferring that for consideration to our December meeting. Cases 2, 3, and 4, we approve the findings and approve and accept the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and the recommended order.
Amber, can you clarify that the defer for trainings are for admin code training?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, the 2 defer for trainings, 17 and 18 are deferred for admin code trainings.
Thank you so much, Chair Snell.
Mike Yoder,
Mike Yoder, yes to all.
Elizabeth Dinkins,
Elizabeth Dinkins, yes, all.
Eli Edwards,
Eli Edwards, yes to all.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes to all.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes to all.
Justin Mitchell,
Justin Mitchell, yes to all.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes to all.
Nick Pace,
Nick Pace, yes to all.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes to all.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rosinski, yes to all.
Vice Chair Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes to all.
Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, yes to all.
Voting is complete.
Thank you so much, Ms. Trueblood. At this time, I will need a motion to adjourn.
Elijah Edwards, motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Do I have a second?
Jacqueline Mayfield, second.
I heard Ms. Mayfield with the second. The motion before the board is a motion to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Mike Yoder,
Mike Yoder, yes.
Elizabeth Dinkins,
Elizabeth Dinkins, yes.
Eli Edwards,
Eli Edwards, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Justin Mitchell,
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Nick Pace,
Nick Pace, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rosinski, yes.
Vice Chair Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, yes.
Voting is complete.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you again in Frankfurt on December 16th. Until then, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we are adjourned.